All right, now we are live on Facebook. It's 3:58. We will start the forum sharp at 4. Now, to all viewers with us right now, you may share and like this video to everyone and anyone that you know, and we'll start the forum at sharp 4, yeah? Mr. Ruhi has wished us good afternoon. Good afternoon, Dr. Ruhi.
Oh, Dr. Roy is here.
Yeah. Okay, it's sharp 4. Now, good evening to all viewers. I'm Roshini, your live forum host for today. And today's live forum, we are going to talk about the 3+0 Oxford Brookes University's degree programs that we offer over at UCSI College. So in case if you do not know, yes, UCSI College, we offer this 3+0 Oxford Brookes University degree programs. We offer business and management and accounting and finance. So 3+0 means that you would study all 3 years of your degree life here in UCSI College, Malaysia, but you will be graduating with a degree from the UK instead. All right, so you don't have to go abroad for it. You can get it all done here in Malaysia. Now, on that note, today we'll have 6 speakers, sorry. And with that, we have 2 will be joining us all the way from Oxford Brookes Business School, all the way from UK. So please share and like this video to everyone that you know. And if you have any questions at all about this degree, you may leave it down in the comment section below and we'll get our speakers to answer you. All right, now, moving on, let's introduce our speakers for today, yeah? First off, we have Dr. Shamala, Senior Lecturer in Accounting from Oxford Brookes Business School. Good evening from us, Dr. Shamala.
Good evening. This is morning here. Good morning,
Good morning
from
to you.
UK.
All right, and good evening, Dr. Rachel from us. Good morning to you. Dr. Rachel is the Senior Lecturer in Finance, Oxford Brookes Business School from UK as well.
Hello,
Hi, Dr.
good
Rachel.
afternoon, everyone. Hello, and here it's rise and shine.
And we have Mr. Tan Kui Lu, our 3+0 Oxford Brookes University Program Lead from UCSI College. Good evening, Mr. Tan.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
We have Ms. Umaima, our 3+0 Oxford Brookes University Program Lead from UCSI College as well. Good evening, Ms. Umaima.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
We have Mr. GK, who's one of the lecturers from UCSI College who's teaching our OBU program as well, which is Oxford Brookes. So good evening, Mr. GK.
Good evening.
And last but not least, we have our Assistant Professor, Dr. Chong Ai Lee, Vice President of Academic Affairs from UCSI College. Good evening, Dr. Chong.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
All right, now, before we continue with, before I pass the floor to Dr. Shamla, I really appreciate if all our viewers can share and like this video. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to leave your questions down in the comment section below and we get our speakers to answer you. All right, Dr. Shamla, the floor is to you.
Okay. How do I share my
Share screen.
share screen? Okay, that's fine. Just 1 second. I will not be able to share the screen, Roshini. I do apologize. Ken have to share. It's saying their host
Oh,
disabled participant sharing screen.
I see. All right. Give me a moment, yeah, miss. Mr. Ken, are you there? Because I can't seem to share the screen as well. All right. Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Ken. All right, Dr.
Okay,
Shamla.
okay, good afternoon, everyone. We're just going to talk about Oxford Brookes University. First of all, we're going to talk about the university itself. And first of all, I'm going to welcome everyone for joining. I'm just trying to see whether can I go to the next slide. Yes, welcome everyone. It's very good that you joined today, and we are happy to talk to all of you. So let's go to the next slide. Can I go to the next slide, please?
All right.
This is the talk covers this information. First of all, we talk about the Oxford Brookes University itself, and Rachel will be talking about the city of Oxford. And I will talk about the Oxford Brookes and what is expected, what you can expect from us. And Rachel will be talking about the business and management, and I will continue
Yes.
with the accounting and finance.
Okay,
Then
sure.
we have any questions you have, we will be happy to answer any questions.
All right.
Can I have the next slide, please? The Oxford University itself, the founder is of John Henry Brookes and not Brookes. Some pronounce it as Brookes, which is not right. It is Brookes, Oxford Brookes University. So I'm just wondering, can I go to the next slide? Okay, that's what it means by Brookes. Okay, Oxford Brookes University first started in 1865 as School of Arts, and then it developed in 1870 as the School of Science. It's one of the new universities, but it has gained a lot of respect, and in terms of quality of teaching, we have achieved a lot of awards as well as the new university. This is some of the views of the Oxford University itself. We have about 18,000 students at Brookes University, and 18% of them from EU, European communities or overseas. And we have over 130,000 alumni over many countries, about 189 countries. So these are some of the images of Brookes University. We work at the first picture you can see. That's our Headington campus, and it's pictures of our Headington campus in Brookes. So, and in terms of characteristics, it's a very good picture is there. And Oxford University, when you are studying in the Oxford University, you will see we will have a lot of practical relevance. That's what I have put there, 2x2 matrix here. It requires intellectual rigor as well as practical relevance in terms of your subjects covered within the degree. We have a good time with the students. There are a lot of functions in the Brookes itself, and we also encourage with a lot of activities, social and intellectual activities in there. So guess what? We have another matrix. We are considered as one of the lovable university to study by the staff, the teaching there, as well as the students who are studying at the university itself. These are some of the research we have, which is the global research. We are working on the low carbon building, and we have a lot of research on the cancer biology and number of other researchers as well. So if I leave it to Rachel to continue.
Okay,
Yes,
here
Dr.
you can
Rachel.
see this is like a bird's eye view of Oxford City, the center of Oxford City, which is full of different colleges from Oxford University, not our university, just to be clear about it. In the right in the middle is called the Radcliffe Camera, which is one of the oldest library in the whole country, and it collected all of the published books in the UK. Every single publisher, every single book published in the UK, they have to give a free copy to this university, which is the Bodleian Library. And actually, as a student of Oxford Brookes University, our on-campus student, when you reach to your final year, or if you're doing your master or PhD degree, you actually can have access to the library from Oxford University, which is a huge advantage to our students who study locally on the campus. Can we move to the next slide? So just a little bit brief about where Oxford it is. Oxford is about an hour away from London by train. It's very conveniently linked to London, either by train, by coach. There is a coach service just right outside of our university campus. So you can easily just hop on a coach to go to London within an hour or so. And it's very conveniently located to airport as well. The city of Oxford itself, also there is a very famous shopping village called Bicester Village. I'm probably a lot of international people know it much better than us. It has a lot of like super high end brands over there, and it actually attracted a lot of visitors, tourists to Oxford as well. So about the city of Oxford itself, can we just show to the next slide? Yeah.
Yes.
So the city of Oxford is a very unique place. It is one of the youngest city in terms of age of the residents, because essentially you can see 24% of the city's adult population is actually full-time student. So combined between the two universities, Brookes and Oxford University, you have more than 30,000 students, and that's probably not even including those visitor scholars or those PhD, post-PhD candidates, all these. So it is a very vibrant, young, fun, international city to live and to study with. But on the contrary, the architect, the surrounding area is very old, classic European style, because the University of Oxford has been more than 800 years. It is one of the oldest university in the world. So that's really a very nice place to study if you are on campus. And aside from the high education scene, which is dominated the Oxford city, there is also a lot of very famous hospital, and also the BMW Mini factory is also located in Oxford. I think that's probably one of the only the car factory in the world now. So that's also give Oxford a little bit a different dimension. So here you can see in this screen we have a lot of different pictures to demonstrate the different activities people normally do. We have the May Day celebration, which is something traditional for Oxford. You have a lot of free concerts. You have a lot of museums, which are actually owned by the university. So it's free, admission to go to most of the museums in Oxford. Yes. You have the Botanic Garden. Here you can see down the right bottom, that's the High Street. And here we are showing the Canal of Oxford. There are some dining hall, and one of the most famous dining hall from the Harry Potter, the movie is actually the very first episode was actually shot in Oxford, Christ Church, college. That's
Okay.
the dining hall, and it's attracted a lot of visitors. So certainly living in Oxford is such a privilege. I have been living here for 16 years and I never feel bored about it. And every single day you feel something new. So that's really something we really enjoy a lot. So now I hand over to Sham. She will
Thank you,
talk
Dr.
about
Rachel.
Brookes University and the student you.
All right. Sure, Dr. Shamla, go on.
We're going to explain about the Oxford Brookes University and yourself. Although you are studying at the UCSI college, does not mean that you are away from Oxford University. We will provide a similar experience as if you are studying at the university itself. So the curriculums are it's identical to what we have offering at the Oxford Brookes University, and we will have access to some of the learning resources from the Brookes as well. And the regulations of the degree will be exactly the same as what we have at Brookes University. And your assessments will be exactly the same, very similar standard as how our students at Brookes University will be doing. So basically, it is your degree, but it will be awarded by our university, which is Oxford Brookes University. And of course, you will get a fantastic support from the UCSI college as well. So that's a saying there. The exam script will be exactly the same, the degree will be exactly the same, and you will have the same standard of work.
All right.
And can I hand over to Rachel now?
Yes, Dr.
Okay.
Rachel.
As the liaison manager for the business and management program, now I would like to tell you a little bit more about the business and management program. So first of all, this is a very engaging and interactive program for say. So we have a lot of dialogue in the teaching. We always try to engage the student with some practical aspect, with project or with research, and we try to develop the skills and understanding that you need to success in a wide range of business careers. So with that said, the curriculum actually designed to cover most of the aspects you might encounter in the business world, in a reality. And we will explore those issues. We will explore the real cases with you in class and outside of the classroom as well. So with that said, we will tell you the theory, we will tell you the literature, but then of course we will tell you how to apply these in the actual world. We will probably invite industry leaders, those people who are practitioners, come over to tell you what happened to them, give you their life experience as well. So for the business and management and marketing program, actually we have a very good ranking around the UK university. As you can see, we are ranked for the number 30. That is based on last year's league table, which is the latest data we have. So now let's move on to, this is the specific program we are offering to UCSI College, which is our, combined program we are working on. You can see the program is basically shaped in 3 different years, and we have level 4, which is the first year, split into 2 semesters. You can see this year, the modules are structured covering different aspects of the business, like marketing, finance, accounting, and also business in general, your connections with society. Here you can see we move on to look at environmental issues, organizational issues, more finance skills, but then we towards some strategic element of business, but also give you some optional offers which you can choose. Try to specify yourself in one aspect of the business, which also help to improve your employability later on after the 3rd year. And the last year, you can see, is mostly on project based. So you are working on something yourself. So you can see we have entrepreneurship, we have critical research project, and also ethics, managing your career. So this really links directly to your career development as well. So next, can we move on to the next slide?
Yes, sure.
Okay, so earlier just now we mentioned the different years, what are the modules on offer. So you can see, and sorry, it's next. Okay, yeah. So by understanding the modules I have planned to, you can see the first year, we really give you some foundation understanding about different aspects of the business and develop your core management skills. And then year 2, we move on to look at your employability skills. You engage your skill with, some specific aspect of the business, but also at that point, we want you to think about what are the areas you're really interested, what areas you want to develop yourself further later on in the third year, but also future career as well. So the final year is really, we try to integrate everything together and require you to work independently. That is mostly the case when you go to work. So give you research project, give you life project, so you can apply your learning to see how are the 3 years actually applied to the real work environment. And on top of that, there are optional placement year between year 2 and year 3, if that's something you are aspire to do. Yes, can we move on to the next slide? So now I will talk a little bit about the feedback to the assessment as well, because the feedback and assessment is a key or crucial element in our program offering. So we pay a lot of attention to how we can support you as a student when you are studying either on campus or, where we are with our partners like UCSI College. So we will provide a different range of feedback to suit to different students. Some students might face like face-to-face, feedback. Some students might feel very shy. They don't want to really, face-to-face to you. But you can email us. We have drop-in sessions. We have written feedback as well. So we always encourage students to contact us whenever it's appropriate. But also we will try to reach out to our students as well, just to see how they feel about the course. We have, regular module reviews on a semester basis as well. So in terms of the assessment, we also try to include different types of assessment just to try to fit the different students' purpose. So we have exams, we have projects, we have group work, we have coursework. So try to, use a diverse type of assessment to help you to study, but also make you feel like, make sure that you actually achieved what we said, the learning outcomes as well. So next, okay. I think we will leave the quiz to the end. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah. Now let's hand over to Xian.
Yes, Dr. Sham.
Okay, I'm going to talk about the accounting and finance. Accounting and finance mainly developed in order to make you as a professional accountant. So the accounting and finance degree is divided into 3 main areas, covers 3 core area subject to be a professional accountant, which includes financial accounting, which is the recording information for external users. You will learn bookkeeping, you will learn preparing the financial statement. And also the second area is the management accounting, which is about budgets and costing. And finally, it's about the finance as well. On top of this, you'll also learn auditing, taxation, and law as well. So this is the main 3 areas of accounting and finance degree. In terms of program structure itself, it's very similar to business management. You have first year you will have fundamental understanding of the accounting itself. And second year, you will start to concentrate on financial accounting and in taxation, management accounting. As you can see, some of these syllabus will be covered in very similar to the professional accountants, which is the ACCA subjects. So we are moving towards getting accreditation towards the ACCA as well, once you have completed this degree. Finally, in the final year, you will do the auditing and accounting theory, financial management, and also you will have a accounting synoptic, which is the practical elements of accounting as in practice. Okay, so that's
Okay.
the main layout of the first 3 years. So this is just a quiz for you to understand how you will apply what you will learn in terms of accounting and finance. So would you these questions I will go through these questions with you because this is one of the subjects you will learn, which will become very interesting in terms of recognition of an asset, measurement, and presentation on how accounting should show which is an asset. So the quiz is all about which one is an asset and how would you value the assets. The answers you can put the answers in the Facebook. That's we can monitor that, and I want you to have a look at these um, quizzes. Before you
Dr.
look at
Sham,
that, you need to understand
Dr. Sham,
the
so sorry for interrupting.
yeah.
Just for a minute, Mr. GK.
Yes.
Yeah, could you mute yourself, sir? Because I think there's this background noises coming from the back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, until you want to speak, then you can unmute.
Okay.
All right, sure. Thank you so much. Sure, Dr. Sham.
Okay,
You
well,
may-
okay,
sorry.
before you start doing your quiz itself, understand what it means by an asset. Asset is a current, can be current or non-current, which is controlled by the entity as a result of past event. Also, it has a potential to produce economic benefit. That's an asset. So if I you to these questions, I want you to have a think about it. So this is a football player, and these are the three. I want you to think which is the value of this football player. Is that 12.5 million market price or what we could sell for? Or is it a 4 million, which is the historic cost, which is what we paid for her? Or 1 million because of the impact cost? Let's say the football player has a dodgy right knee, so and if it doesn't get a better soon. So I want you to think about it, and then you post your answers in the Facebook and we will review the answer
Yes.
there. Then you have another one, which is the ground staff. These ground staff are working at the football field. So what is the value would you put in? Would you put in 5 million, the value of the business? Because the ground force is very important. It's one of the important, reliable, good playing surface. They keep it up. Or is it a zero because this is not an asset? We did not buy them. Or would you pay 250,000 because of the training these ground staff to do their job properly, which will the field will be good enough for the playing. So what cost would you put? Then the third one is the stadium itself. So how much would you value the stadium? Will it be 20 million, which is the market price, what we could sell it for, or 1 million because of the historical cost, what we paid for it, or 40 million?
All right.
Then you have a
Yeah.
brand as well. That's the third question. You can have a look at it. So the
All
answers will be in the Facebook. So now we will have a question and answer session.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Dr. Shamla, and thank you so much, Dr. Rachel. All right, now to all viewers who are with us right now, you may like and share this video. If you have any questions or answers for Dr. Shamla's quiz, you may leave it in the comment section below and we'll get it to Dr. Shamla and Dr. Rachel, all right? Okay, now, let's move into the questions. Probably I'll ask this to Dr. Rachel. Dr. Rachel, you have to unmute yourself.
Yes. Hello.
All right. All right. Hi, Dr. Rachel. All right. Now, let's say if I have completed the business and management degree, what will be my career pathways be like?
Okay, the business and management, you can see, I mean, the title itself sounds very, wide and probably includes a lot of aspects we can explore. So that's that's why when we design the program from your year 2, we give you a lot of options, so you can try to find what's yourself, what you really like to do, whether it's something in relation more to finance, whether it's something in relation to marketing, whether it's something into, you know, more towards the corporate aspect of the business, probably, you know, social responsibilities or strategy aspect of the business. So you need to find where is your aspiration, and from there you can shape or design a trajectory for your own career development. So if you are someone who are really into, you know, talking to people, training, mentoring, coaching, leadership, that aspect, then it's probably a career in the human resource aspect of the business, which you can see that even within the human resource, you already have different elements, whether it's training, staff development, whether it's, you know, the mainstream mentoring, coaching, whether it's leadership development, staff recruitment, all these different aspects even within the human resource, but also when it's into operational aspect of the business as well. But also you imagine the business including different industries, different sectors. So it doesn't necessarily mean you will, you know, go into one type of business. You can go to different type of business, whether it's large corporation or small media business, or even we have a lot of students actually set up their own business as entrepreneur, because on campus we have a community of entrepreneurship. So even the university are giving student funding to try their own ideas. So actually within our alumni, we have a lot of, you know, entrepreneur started their own business and then moving on from there as well. And of course we have the mainstream students who actually embarked on, you know, go to corporations after they finish their study. And another career route we recommend students to do is a lot of big organizations nowadays, they have something called the graduate program, graduate management program. And that is really a very good stepping stone for the student to actually start their career after they finish their study, but then they can, you know, quickly step up to a much senior role. So, I mean, within the UK, we can see a lot of our international, we have a lot of international students after they, you know, finish their study. If they go back to their home country, they're actually, you know, working a lot, you know, very prestigious, you know, companies. We even have alumni who work in PwC, that kind of consultancy company as well, but that's probably on the high end. But the mainstream, you know, they working in different aspects. And even, you know, you imagine, you know, we have some students who are locally from Oxford, and sometimes they even can find, you know, jobs in the university as well, not, you know, a teaching or academic role, but more in a professional service role as well, which in relation to business aspect. Also university, press, you know, publishers, they are all business. So very different aspect, you know, career route you can actually take after you finish your study here.
That's really, really informative. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Rachel. Now, to all viewers, please like and share our video. Like and share our forum. If you have any questions or the answers for Dr. Sham's quiz, you may leave in the comment section below, and we'll get it to the speakers. Yeah. All right. Next question would be to Dr. Sham. Dr. Sham, similarly, if I have completed my degree in the accounting and finance, what would my career path be like?
The concentration on the accounting and finance is for you to become a professional accountant, either be a
yes.
professional financial accountant or management accountant or tax consultant and auditor. So that's the main focus on this degree itself. However, our students in the past, they have joined multinational companies. They have become accountant within the company itself. NHS, they have joined NHS as an accountant. So that's the main focus of business accounting and finance degree.
I see. All right, Dr. Sham, just like to ask you, how are the degrees of 3+0 Oxford Brookes University different from our local degrees here?
It's exactly the same way we deliver at the Oxford Brookes. There's no difference in terms of delivery, in terms of the focus we have, and also in terms of the exposure we give to the outside life world. Because some of the assessments are linked with the live examples, so where the students will explore what's happening in the world, especially if it is in UCSI, it will be in Malaysia, what's happening in Malaysia and how the accountants are accounting for these events.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Shamla. Probably I can ask Dr. Chong as well. Yeah, Dr. Chong, how are the 3+0 Oxford University degree different from local degrees?
Well, I think we offer this because of the different value that we want to propose to the audience, and there's a lot of demands from parents that UK degree offer different standards and different qualifications. So Oxford Brookes being ranked highly in the QS ranking and also by subjects, it is also timely that we offer this in Malaysia. For those who would like to pursue a UK qualification, this is one of the best that we are offering now.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Chong. Now, moving on, this question can be directed to probably Dr. Sham and Dr. Rachel. Would I be able to work in the UK with the 3+0 degree? Would this degree be recognized worldwide as well? Probably Dr. Sham wants to go first, then Dr. Rachel can add on. Yeah.
Yeah, this degree, accounting and finances degree, is recognized worldwide. You can proceed to the master's degree, or you can join in a professional training worldwide. It's recognized. Dr. Rachel, if I can leave this to you.
Yeah, I totally agree with Shem on this. You know, this is a worldwide recognized degree. The university is well recognized, you know, in the UK and in European countries. We have quite a huge, you know, European student body as well. So, and also, you know, international recognized. So certainly this is a degree, you know, it's something you can be proud of.
Okay, thank you so much. Dr. Chong, maybe you'd like to add on?
Yes, definitely. I think looking at these both degrees that can be can allow students to travel globally and being recognized by all employers in the world, that is definitely one big advantage when we discuss and we talk about employability. And we are not just talking about employability in the local market. We are focusing on the international market as well. That is very, very important, and that really adds values for the future, the students who are studying UK degree in UCSI College.
I see. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Chong.
Yep.
All right. Okay. The next question can be directed to probably Dr. Chong, Ms. Umaima, and Mr. Tan. So we go one by one. You can all give me your answers. The GK can join in as well. So now, what are the steps taken to ensure that all our lecturers are fit to teach the 3+0 Oxford Brookes program from UCSI College? So probably we can start with Dr. Chong, then Ms. Umaima, then Mr. Tan, then Mr. GK can join in.
You have seen Dr. Sam and Dr. Rachel here. They are the key mentor to all the lecturers and the head of programs. We are always aligned with the Oxford Brookes way of teaching. And that is where the value is actually. Really, Sam and Rachel mentioned about the assessment and feedback, student feedback, which is very rigorous. And that is where we will inject the difference in way of teaching, and hopefully that the students and the lecturers will eventually experience the real value of why UK education is being brought to Malaysia.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Chong. How about Mr. Tan?
Well, we have a buddy system where each lecturers will have equivalent lecturers in OBU side in UK. So all questions are set and marked according to the standard. So this is to ensure that the standard required for the student compatible with that at the main campus in UK. And since this is a mirror program, we have to ensure that the quality is maintained according to the standard set by the MQA in Malaysia, right?
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Tan. Miss Umaima, how about you?
Yes, to add it on top of Mr. Tan, actually from OBU support, Dr. Sham and also Dr. Rachel, we come over here to do the training to the module leader. This is, I believe, is a very good knowledge to the lecturers here. They can have a direct training from this mentor from OBU itself. And it is a very good step that the lecturers also here, lecturers can access the resources at OBU there. And also on top of that, the assessment work, which is the feedback, okay, the feedback that we will be giving to the students. As mentioned by Dr. Sham, is that we're having a three, which is audio and face-to-face, and also in terms of the written feedback is also a very good in terms of maintaining the quality that to align also with the standard requirement by the OBU. So I believe that in terms of the assessments, in terms of the resources that we can access through direct OBU, and also the buddy system. This is to prepare all the lectures with the quality standard that required by the OBU.
All right, thank you so much, Ms. Umaima. Mr. GK, how about you?
Okay, I would like to touch on the collaboration between the college and the Oxford Brookes University. Now, before even we have actually started on the program, we have actually conducted surveys among various stakeholders, including the banking industry, the consultancy, and also we have actually approached the audit firms and the accounting firms and so on and so forth, pertaining to their evaluation of the program and also pertaining to the collaboration. Now, from the feedback from all these surveys, we find that they are very, very positive pertaining to collaboration between OBU and also UCSI College. And we asked them, what do you think? We have conducted this collaboration and then we are going to launch it soon. And do you think that you find positive, you want to send the children over? And many of the stakeholders, the employees, they say yes, if they have kids. And also, are you willing to actually taking graduates from this collaboration after they've completed their studies? And many of them say yes, they're very, very positive. So we actually conducted these surveys, and at the same time, we have actually written reports pertaining to the interviews that we conducted with these stakeholders. So overall, it is very positive for both OBU and UCSI pertaining to this collaboration.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. GK. To all viewers who are with us right now, please like and share this video. If you have any questions, you may leave it down in the comment section below, yeah? And we get the speakers to answer you. All right, now, moving on. I have questions for Ms. Umaima and Mr. Tan. Ms. Umaima and Mr. Tan, both of you can take turns to actually answer us. Would we be having visiting lecturers from Oxford Brookes University?
Well, I would
Mr. Tan, yeah.
Yeah, I think I will leave it to the our Dr. Sham whether they are available to come over to visit us. Many times they are available. So we would, of course, would like to invite them to come over as a visiting lecturer on and off, you know, for certain topics, certain assignments and all that. That would be very helpful if they are able to drop by, okay? I will leave it to the OBU side to decide.
Dr. Sham and Dr. Rachel, please visit us. All right. Yes, Dr. Rachel.
If I can give, okay, we as a liaison manager will be visiting the Malaysian campus at least twice a year. And we also will be able to provide some streamline lectures from the universities. That will be helpful as well. So if the students want to liaison with the students over here at the Brookes, we could provide the facilities as well. That's very good. So if Dr. Rachel want to add anything?
Yes,
No, I
Dr.
mean,
Rachel.
just, it's certainly there was plan, that we will visit once the program starts, but at the current situation, it's unforeseen situation, but certainly, in the long run, there will be, lectures from Oxford Brookes University go to visit. And actually, if I remember right, there was a plan that one of the professor from business and management, he was planning to take a group of students, his master students, to UCSI, but due to the situation, this trip has to be cancelled. But I'm sure in the long run, there will be plenty of this kind of, exchange opportunities, both for Brookes University, but also more importantly for UCSI students to experience lectures from Brookes University.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Rachel. Now in our comment section, we have Ms. Nurul Ain. She said, hi everyone. Hi, Ms. Nurul. Good day to you too, Ms. Nadia. She said, good day to all. One said, hello everyone. Hi, One. Dr. Mabel, our CEO, said that it is great to have Dr. Sham and Dr. Rachel with us here today. And Sion Chai said hello. And we have Fun Hung Wong who said hi, Hung Wong. All right, now all viewers, you may like and share our video. You can put in any comments that you like or questions. We'll get the speakers to answer you. All right, now moving on from the other question, continuing from the other question, probably Dr. Sham and Dr. Rachel can answer us. Can one opt for a transfer to probably OBU in the UK or any sort of visitation to OBU if one were to pursue this degree?
So if I can start first,
Yeah, sure.
the accounting and finance degree, if you are doing the first year at UCSI College, and if you would like to come over to Oxford Brookes, there is no reason why you can't do that. You are more than welcome to come here and join. And if you wanted to do just one semester, that also will be accepted. But however, there is a normal university protocol we have to follow. So this will be considered as a individual basis.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Shamla. Thank you so much. All right. To Ms. Umaima and Mr. Tan as well. So we will go, Ms. Umaima can answer first and then Mr. Tan. Okay, I understand that the entry requirement for the 3+0 OBU program is much higher than those local degrees, right, that we have here. So Ms. Umaima and Mr. Tan, has the 3+0 OBU program leads, do you think this program would be too tough for our local students compared to local degrees? What is your take on it?
Okay, let me answer on that.
Sure.
So for looking for this perspective, yes, it's definitely tough for the local students because basically we are mirroring the 3+0 Oxford Brookes University, which is a very high-ranking university. As we are mirroring 100% from EQZ, so to maintain the quality and standard that OBU currently have, so it's important that the potential students that come in are also having a quality to absorb all the knowledge that they are going to learn in the Oxford Brookes University. And for the examples like English certificates, okay, which is IELTS, they need to achieve a certain band, okay, in order for them to enroll here. So yes, it is a bit tough, but because of maintaining the quality of Oxford Brookes University we have now, that is my opinion.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Umaima. Mr. Tan?
Well, I was not concerned about whether the programs is tough or not tough. It is a method of adjusting. All this while we have been subject to a system where a lot of materials have been put forward to us to remember it, to memorize it, and then put them in the exam. Okay, here we have a program which OBU focus very much on interactive assessments and put a lot of emphasis on independent research work even the simple assignments like essay assignments or mini project assignments or case study require a lot of independent research work, you see. And this is something that our students have not been used to. So it's just a matter of adopting, not to worry for those who are very concerned about this area. Once you get into it and you get used to it, and this is something wonderful about human mind. Once you get adjusted, once you get used to it, and you can just do it very smoothly and very good. Not to worry about, whether you can handle it or not handle it. And that also my own experience 40 years ago when I left for Canada, I was very worried about this kind of pressure on me. But when I get into it and then I get used to it, of course, initially you tend to adjust to the system. Once to get used to doing kind of independent work, independent research work, and do a lot of interactive things, you will get used to it and you will be fine.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Tan. Thank you, Mr. Tan. Dr. Chong, would you like to add on?
Yeah, I think each university have different expectations of students' entry requirement, and in this case, Oxford Brookes have higher expectations for the students, and also that actually lead to employer acceptance at the end of the day, because having a good cohort of students study together, and like what Mr. Tan says, bring up the standards together and help each other. Eventually, when they graduate, then we will then produce employable graduates. So for those who are studying and listening now, this is a chance for you to actually meet Dr. Sam and Dr. Rachel and the group of lecturers here that actually trying our very best to make sure that all cohort of students learn from each other and we excel together. Like what Mr. Tan said, don't worry too much. There is a high expectation. I really look at the program. It's a high expectation for Oxford Brookes. We need people with high caliber to come in, and we need to transform them even higher. So when you come to a university, it has to be transformed one level up, or at least 2-3 level up. It can't be just as normal again, or else then we are wasting 3 years of time in the university life. Yeah, maybe I'm not sure about Dr. Sam and Dr. Rachel. You want to add on this?
Yeah, Mr. GK can add on, so we could start with Dr. Rachel.
Too.
Yeah, I just wanted to add one more thing. I think one of the key purpose of education is to bring everyone out of your comfort zone. We all like our comfort zone, but you don't go anywhere in your comfort zone. So that's one of the purpose. We challenge you, but then you will eventually feel that you really make yourself a better self. So that's the purpose. So it's not about, one is better than the other one, but you find another self that's more important. Get out of your comfort zone.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Rachel. How about Mr. GK?
Okay, thanks. Yes, I think I agree with Dr. Rachel. Actually, the students actually have to get out of the comfort zone. Now, the few students that we had, actually, I had been interacting with them. I find that they are very interactive. In fact, they are very, very participative. I mean, surprisingly, this is the first round only with us. And many of them actually did quite well in terms of case studies and so on. And I believe that they are very, very excited. And I think they are very positive over the whole program. So as a lecturer, I actually bringing the experience from the industry and teaching them, I'm very, very delighted to have a bunch of students like them. So I do not think that they will have problems encountered during the course. And at the same time also, I believe that if they are able to get out of the comfort zone, they can excel.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. GK. How about Dr. Shamala?
I just would like to add that life in short is very full of surprises. Nobody have predicted this pandemic. However, if you have the skills, that's what we are concentrating on, providing the skills you require to survive any situation. So here we are lecturers at the Brookes University. We were able to adapt to the online streaming, online teaching because of the way we were trained. So that's very important. That's our focus. for you to be equally equipped with the knowledge and the skills where you will be able to face any situation. So that's what you will see when you're doing our degree, the different type of assignments which will help you to build your character, your confidence in becoming somebody.
Yes, true. So thank you so much, Dr. Shama. Thank you so much. Now, before we move on to the next question to our speakers, I'd like to remind our viewers to please share and like this video. If you have any comments or questions about the degree, you may leave your questions in the comment section below, and we'll get the speakers to answer you. All right. Moving on, Dr. Chong, I have a question for you. Via our 3+0 degree programs, students can complete their entire duration of studies in Malaysia and attain a UK degree. There are also other types of arrangements which allow this, such as the dual degree program and the external programs, right? Could you please share with us what are the differences are, and how our 3+0 programs can be more beneficial?
Well, I always look at this 3+0 program, which is identical to Oxford Brookes, or in UK, which is mirror program. We'll put it this way. When parents talk to me, most of the time I'll say that with a certain budget, I'm an accountant, so with a certain budget on hand, you may want to fully utilize the amount of resources that you have. With 3+0 program, what happened is that the students can study a UK degree in Malaysia, and with the same resources, you can stretch it to a postgraduate in UK later on. So there's a lot of students now, in fact, have the opportunity to study a degree, not like my time previously, where studying degree is the ultimate we have, and postgraduate is luxury things. But now most of the students have a basic degree. So with a certain amount of resources, we encourage them to fully utilize it. And by offering 3+0, which mirror UK standards, they give them a lot of opportunity to finish one degree here in Malaysia, and then extend that same amount of resources to study a postgraduate in UK, perhaps. That is my take on this 3+0. Of course, at certain students, like just now you mentioned, that they may want to take opportunity to study a year in UK. And Dr. Sam says it's a case-to-case basis on how they're going to transfer later on, because we have to then liaise with Oxford Brookes on how to transfer on, especially on visa, and the challenging moment now with COVID-19. So the movement become a little bit of challenge at the short period of time. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Chong. Thank you so much. Okay, we have a question from the floor. Someone commented, Tan Kawei, he said that, say an accounting student is working on an assignment or learning some accounting formula. What would happen if accounting standards and regulations are updated in the middle of our studies, assignment, projects? How would OBU deal with it? And if so, do students have to urgently update their work? Probably Dr. Sharma and Dr. Rachel can take this.
Hey, I know the accounting regulations are updated on a regular basis. So if we are starting with one regulations, the whole exam will be, the assessments and the exam will be based on the same regulations. The main thing, if I take an example of taxation, as you know, the taxation rules changes every year after the budget. So we will take the last year's taxation budget. We train the students how to calculate the tax in terms of income tax, business tax, inheritance tax. We train them. So once they understand the basic principles, how it is calculated, they will be able to tackle any other changes. Minor changes will be very easily implemented. So do not worry if the changes, that is fine, but you will not be asked to examine on the changes. However, what we will do is we will inbuild that as part of formative assessment. We will explain this to students, this is the old and this is the new one. So we will explain to that, but in terms of examination will be based on one set of rules. Rachel, if you want to take.
Yes, Dr. Rachel. Thank you so much, Dr. Shamla.
I mean, Sam already explained the whole how we actually, deal with this kind of situation. And in business, there is constant change, not only in finance, but, legally, human resources, recruitment laws, all these changes. But as, as a program we are delivering, we are telling you what is the principle. So then you can use it, even though there are changes in the future. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Rachel. Tan Kawe, I hope we have answered your question. If you have more questions, you can leave it in the comment section below. Thank you so much, Kawe, for the questions. So to all viewers, you may leave your questions in the comment section below. Yeah, we'll get the speakers to answer you like we just did. All right. Moving on. I'm going to ask Dr. Chong again.
Okay.
Probably
Right.
I'll ask Mr. Tan as well. Okay, now, Dr. Chong, you've attained your degree in professional qualification in Australia, and you are the former dean in the Faculty of Business and Law of a renowned Malaysia UK university. This would make you one of the most well-versed scholars on both the UK and Australian education system. So could you please share with us the difference between the Australian and the UK education system in the business subject areas?
That is a very challenging question, actually. Both countries are very good in their higher educations, and I respect both Australia and UK, actually. But then, in terms of my own experience, I see UK education, higher education is very rigorous, and they're very systematic, and they have UK qualification bodies that actually look after the entire quality of education, and the lecturers are well trained. And of course, if you look at Malaysia and Australia, they are equally good as well. But then to put into perspective, I think Malaysians, we are used to a UK educations. Then to a certain degree from young, we are in a UK education. So when we adapt to UK education, it's kind of like synchronizing, easily synchronized into the system. And we pay high respect to UK higher education system. And that's why I think we are offering it now. And when we deal with Dr. Sam and Rachel during the early stage of collaboration, we can see the rigorousness of their system and ensure that we always comply and make sure that the students are taken care of, and that is well respected. And so my past experience are the same. This is my second time actually going through the rigorous system of UK, and I totally understand where they are coming from and what is their expectation. And you look at the outcome on QS ranking and all this ranking and acceptability for employability, they are highly accepted globally, and that is one of the most advantage that parents and students can capture for these good programs that we are offering. Yeah, it's a very challenging question, though.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chong. Mr. Tan, now we have some knowledge about that you've actually completed your studies over at Canada, right? And then now you're the program lead for the 3+0 OBU as well.
Yes.
So yeah, tell us about the difference and
Well, I would say that there won't be much difference in terms of curriculums and program standard. Each country has their own program standard for each of the program. And from my experience, I found out they are very compatible from one country to another. The only thing that I found out is they put a certain different education. For example, like in America or in Canada, an early part of the program, they will put more emphasis on liberal studies, which is not so in the UK style. UK, when you come in, they expect you to go straight and focus on the area that you wanted to study. For example, if you want to study accounting, you come in straight and focus on accounting. And similarly for management, you come in and then you go straight and look at the management, okay? Whereas in the education that I received 40 over years ago, early part of my program are basically very general. So you can study something like swimming and Asian cooking, you know, in your first year. And this is something that you don't see it in the in UK, like OBU, you don't see that at all, you see.
Yeah.
But overall, when you graduate from the program, they expect you to achieve a certain standard, certain quality, right? And I found that they are very compatible, right? So it all boils down to one's preference, whether you want to eat the apple pie produced by this restaurant, or apple pie produced by another restaurant. Are they the same? Well, it depends on the consumer. Consumer feel that, oh, they are exactly the same. They are homogeneous. So why? There's nothing different, right? They are pie anyway. Okay.
All right.
That's I have. And when I found that the education in New Zealand, where I qualify as my chartered accountant, I also found that the standards are comparable with that in Australia and ACCA in UK. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for that sharing, Mr. Tan. So to all viewers, if you have any questions at all, please leave it down in the comment section below. Yeah, like and share our video as well to everyone. And all right, moving on, I'd like to ask Dr. Sham. Right, Dr. Sham, I understand that upon completion of the OBU Accounting and Finance degree, students will be awarded 9 ACCA paper exemptions, correct?
We are working towards on the achieving the 9 ACCA exemption at the minute.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Now, some other local accounting degrees would do the same too. So my question is, why would a student choose this Oxford Brookes degree over these local degrees if both offer the same 9 ACA paper exemptions?
The main thing we concentrate at the Oxford Brookes, which is different from other universities, is we focus on small group teaching. So if in the university here, I have about 600 students. Even though we have 600 students, we break them into small groups, 20 students per group. So that means we are giving a personal touch to every student. On top of that, we are on the student welfare. So we ask the students if they are not coming to the class, we talk to them, we ask them why you are not in the classes, and we accommodate for their requirements. And even though it is giving the ACCA exemption, the main difference which I find, because Oxford Brookes is my 6th university working, I have been working for the other universities, and the only difference I find at the Oxford Brookes is we are training the students to think as a professional accountant. So the assessment we are giving is a real life problem. So that makes the students, as Dr. Rachel highlighted, is to think outside the box. So they are prepared for different challenges. So when that's the only reason Oxford Brookes University is recognized everywhere. When the student apply for jobs, it is recognized as one of the high caliber degree, mainly because the way we train the students. That's the reason I can give you. So if you have any questions on that, please ask.
Yes. To all viewers, please ask. We'll get Dr. Sham to answer you. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Sham. Thank you so much. Dr. Rachel.
Yes.
Okay, now as a course counselor, right? I've often met students who have the perception that the degree in business management is a degree with no specialization in one area. So the question is always whether I should master in something or to be the jack of all trades. So what is your take on this?
Okay, very good question. Thank you very much. So I would like to explain this maybe into a different perspective. The first perspective is, the perception about it is a degree covers everything, but you feel like you haven't get anything. So on that, I would like to say within the degree, we actually try to teach you or try to give you a lot of what we call transferable skills, which means these are the skills you can actually use in different aspects, not only in business, but also maybe sometimes in your life. So for example, even for business and management, we give you some basic accounting and finance information. You can use it if you have your business, but even for your personal life, if you have some, basic financial information, financial skills, then you can better manage your own finance in a way. So this is something we call transferable skills. And that probably is applied across the whole program. So you feel like you learned something which is not specified, but actually you can use the skills to other things. That's why you feel so, but it is what we call transferable skills. The second aspect I would like to say is actually even within business, if you look at it earlier when I explained the program, I already said the program will be broken down into different perspectives, whether it's HR, human resource, strategy, corporation, legal, all these different aspects. You need to find your own aspiration. You need to find out what are you, what you want to do in future in your career. So there is element of, specification. You're specialized in something as well. So hope that answers your question.
Right. Thank you so much, Dr. Rachel. How about Dr. Chong? What's your take on this?
On which part? The employability? Or?
Yeah, should someone, master in something or become the jack of all trades, like in a business and management? Yeah, parents
actually,
often ask this.
It's good for someone that go in the specializations as far as I'm concerned, because to be jack of all trades, actually, maybe it's good that you can find jobs everywhere, but then at the end of the day, we have to be specialized to be competent in our job. And the training ground, especially a university that focus on a practical work, and then also based on theoretical principle background that the students understand, then apply it in the work environment. So I will go for specializations, say accounting and finance, and for business and management, where students will then generally go into human resource or strategic management or marketing, so that when they then graduate, they then really know where they are heading to. So if I put my own experience previously, when I want to be an auditor, and I have to be very good in financial accounting. So I eventually become one of the very good students in financial accounting. And there's where I get my first job, because they start to ask me about financial accounting, which I'm very, very comfortable. And I learned a skill during my degree, and I can apply immediately on the job. And that is where I get my first step and first year and move on. After I move on, then there is a lot of skills that I have to keep updated, and like for tax, and eventually some internal control, management accounting, later on finance. But those general skills that I have, I already learned in my first 3 years of degree. But towards the end, I do need to be focused, because I then know where my career will be and where I want to, which company I want to join. And I have to study the company a little bit more. What do they want? So it's very important, I believe, on specializations towards the end of the career.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Chong.
Well,
Mr.
can
Tan?
I add a little bit?
Yes, Mr. Tan, I want to ask you
about this business and management, like the accounting. You complete the OBU accounting degree or any other university degree in accounting, you can proceed to specialize as a professional accountant by studying a few more papers of the professional body like SCCA, right? MSCP, and so on. Similarly, for business, you can actually, to become more specialized in marketing, you registered for papers with the Chartered Marketing Institute of Marketing, where you become a professional marketer. Okay, the route to that professional title is almost same way that you walk towards achieving a SCCA. If you are not much of a marketer, if you feel that you want to be a professional administrators and secretary, you can also register for additional courses to be qualified as a professional secretary, company secretary, right? Now, when I mentioned about professional status, I means that these titles are recognized under the act of the country. Okay, so each country has a certain act that recognize that status. Okay, just like the company act of each country will recognize ACCA as a professional standard. Similarly, for the company secretary, Malaysia also has a legal framework that recognizes it as a professional status. Okay, so in terms of business and management degree from OBU, you can actually proceed to become a professional in these two particular field. Okay, beside the OBU accounting, you become qualified accountant. Okay, here you become a qualified charter marketer as well as the company secretary. Okay.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Tan. Thank you so much. How about Mr. GK? What's your take on this?
Okay, yes. Now, I believe that the depth and also the rigor that the OU program, even for the business and management program, prepare students in terms of training and the rigor itself. After students have graduated from the program, he has at least some basics. And I find that students will be able to find a niche because a lot depends on the training and obviously a lot depends on the personality and the skill sets that the students have. So from there on, the students can actually hone their skills and get themselves very specialized at different areas, whether it's marketing and sales and so on and so forth. Because I've seen also engineers who are trained in civil engineering or even mechanical engineering, they actually ended up in sales job and they did a very good job and they did well.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. GK. Ms. Umaima, what's your take on this?
Yes, I believe that in terms of the business and management, it's a very wide area, but it depends if the students' interest, what they're going to pursue, whether they're going to HR, whether they're going to marketing, how they want to make it as their professional interest. So that is in the employer part when they can choose to become expert in this field. So I believe that for the business and management, you need to choose based on your interest. But if let's say you don't have any interest, you still can develop along the way of the previous programs. And I believe that the lecturers will support the students to develop the interest, and this is the goods about the OBU especially.
All right, Dr. Sham. Thank you so much, Ms. Umaima. Dr. Sham, how about you? What's your take on this?
Sorry, I just wanted to emphasize for the accounting and finance, the career focus is very clear. To be an accountant or an auditor or a taxation is very clear.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
for the money, I know for management, it is different. It just allow you to explore your own personal interest. Because even if you start the accounting and finance, maybe that's not your line because you're emphasizing that's what you want to do. I started my first degree in finance thinking I'm going to be a finance analyst, but I changed to become a lecturer. So that does not mean you're focusing one, does not mean you're going to become one. As in the end, it depends on what is your passions are.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Sham. All right. Now, moving forward now to all our viewers, please like and share this video. We have approximately 14 minutes left. Yeah. And yeah, so please bring in your questions and we get the speakers to answer you. Yeah. All right, now moving on, my next question would be again to Dr. Rachel and Dr. Sham. Probably Dr. Sham can answer first, then Dr. Rachel. All right, now all of us at UCSI College are grateful that UCSI College's partnership with the Oxford Brookes University. Thank you so much for that. one of the top modern universities in the UK has been successful. This gives us an opportunity to fulfill our mission, and that is to provide quality foreign education to our local and international students. Now, in Malaysia, there are almost 400 private colleges that you could work with, but you chose us. Could you please share with the audience 3 reasons why you chose UCSI College as your partner to deliver this esteemed Oxford Brookes' business programs? Probably Dr. Shamla can start first.
The 3 reasons, because I worked from the beginning of the program development. First reason we chose is, well, one is because of the prestige the UCSI College itself has. It has a very good prestige in terms of the ranking and in terms of the delivery of their own program. Secondly is the location. It's located in KL itself, which is central, which is easy for everybody to move in. And finally, it's mainly because of the resources they have at the UCSI College. I have visited the college and I was very impressed the way the resources are set up in terms of students.
Thank
For
you
the
so much,
student
Dr.
focus
Shamla.
is there. Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Shamla. How about Dr. Rachel?
Well, I totally agree with what Shem just said, and also she was, working on the program development since the very beginning. So she probably already mentioned those, very key factors that why we choose. But also I felt like, the college has a very good reputation, and also, when it is for a partnership, it's like a marriage. You need to find someone you like and someone you feel you have something in common, similar. I think that's probably another very important factor we were considering when we were looking for a partner. And UCSI, certainly, we feel like we like each other and we are similar. So that's why, we choose UCSI.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Rachel. All right, next question probably to Dr. Rachel and Dr. Sham again. Just like to ask you all now, what are the learning outcomes of these 3+0 OBU programs for the students? And how would these learning outcomes boost students' employability in the international arena? Probably Dr. Rachel can go first.
Okay, I mean, early on when I was explaining the program, I already said one of the key, learning outcome for the program is to give you the knowledge, give you the skill that you can use later on in your career, in the business world, in the reality. So that is, the key of one of the key learning outcomes. But also we want yourself find your own aspiration, find a suitable career trajectory that you can follow throughout. And in terms of the employability, the international, employability, what I can say is one of the good aspects of the UK education is we really think about the diversity, the inclusivity, and also the different cultures in our program design. So wherever you go, and we tell you what are the culture difference, which country you are going. And another aspect is we recognize the student body are very international as well. So you actually have friends who are from different countries. So that also gives you, another perspective of internationalism, but also in terms of the employability, the university, earlier on we were talking about, university itself is very well international recognized. We have many international students on a yearly basis, and those students can mostly all successfully find their own job in different countries, things like that. And another perspective is we have a very close industry link as well. We always try to include the different companies, international companies in the teaching process, learning process as well. So actually a lot of students, even before they finish their final year study, they already find some potential, employers they want to work with, and through their placements, they probably also find this kind of opportunity as well. So certainly we planned it out throughout the 3 years to boost the student employability, to make them, someone who are employable and will be well recognized in the market as well.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rachel. And Dr. Sham?
I'm just going to echo what Dr. Rachel said. It's very similar with regard to the learning outcome for both the degrees. The main thing is we are focusing on the students to get the employed after the end of the degree. At the Oxford Brookes itself, we have very high level of employment after the first degree. Either they go to the employment or they go for further studies. So it's 100% progression we have. So in terms of employability skills, we're going to highlight that the assessments they have completing throughout the year allows the students to overcome a lot of fears. For example, writing business letters, writing business report, presenting per slide presentation, talk in front of the people, and also pitching their ideas and making their ideas is worthwhile. These are the basic skills they need even at the interview level. When they go for the interview, they need to pitch their skills, their knowledge, that why they are most suitable candidate. So these are the skills we develop throughout the year. So that's very, very important. So one of the modules in the accounting and finance, we have very similar pitching, like a dragon's den style of assessment. So that's helped them to boost their confidence.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Shamla. Okay, before we move on, I have, to all viewers, please like and share our video. We have approximately 7 minutes left, so you can get in all your questions, comments, comment down below and get speakers to answer you, yeah? All right, now last questions is to all our speakers today. So the question is this, I believe that some of our current and prospective students are watching this live forum with us. What is your advice to the students, 1, 2, and let them know what it takes to succeed in this 3+0 program? So we'll start off with Dr. Rachel.
Okay, what I would like to say is, please enjoy yourself while you are in the program. But I always tell my students one thing is, a huge accumulative effort is always better than a huge ambition, which means you need to work progressively and very dedicated to the program on a day-to-day basis. That you will certainly achieve your goal as completing the program, but also, have a bright future. That's probably one of my advice to our future students.
All right, thank you so much. And Dr. Shamla?
On the first day itself, we tell the students, this is an experience for you. I know we all been as a student before. I know it is very frightening because we don't know what we're going to study. But as Dr. Rachel emphasizes, it is a cumulative effort. You will learn on a yearly basis. Your skills will be developed over the years. And when we look back, yourself will be surprised how much you have improved as a person and how much you are aspired to become a professional.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Shamla. Mr. Tan, how about you?
Yeah, for those who are already in the program,
Mm-hmm.
I would advise you to be consistent, work hard, and you will definitely enjoy the program because emphasis is very focused. And for those who are yet to join, maybe you should consider this is a wonderful journey. It will build up your skill, and you will see that the approach will be quite different from the other local universities. So come overboard and enjoy it if you can, if you have the budget to go through it. All right.
Yes,
we
thank you.
welcome you then.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Tan. Mr. GK, how about you?
Okay, I would say to those students who are currently doing the program and also those who are going to join us. Now, I believe that, as was said much earlier by Dr. Sham and also Dr. Rachel, we're bringing people from the industry to come in and teach. It's just very aligned with the UCSI philosophy of the practice concept. We're bringing the classroom to the industry and the industry to the classroom. So there are many, many people who are very experienced. Learn as much as possible from them. That's one. And the second advice is to do as much networking as possible, because many of them who would have, once they complete their program, I believe that they need to look out for jobs. Now, do the necessary networking, and some of these people from the industry will be able to assist very, very much. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. GK. Ms. Umaima, how about you?
Yes, okay, thank you for these students that enroll into our programs, and also to the potential students. Enjoy your moments while you're studying OBU, okay, and for the potential students that now you can feel the UK teaching and learning that embedded here in Malaysia. So this is like a life chance opportunity for you that you can study UK program here in Malaysia. And I believe that with your courage and your confidence that you can get along with this program.
All right, thank you, Ms. Umaima. And last but not least, Dr. Chong.
Wow, all of them are giving very kind words over there, and left with me on the last. Well, let me be straightforward to the students and the future students that are coming to study. Consistently score your CGPA at 3.0. All subject, please. Don't compromise below 3.0. That is the indicative of your achievement. Indicative is black and white printed on your paper. Although CGPA and all those are important, but then there are more other things which is more important, but that is black and white printed on the paper. So work hard, be consistent. Don't score towards the end of your program, year 3. From year 1, day 1, first subject, you have to score 3.0 and above, and be consistent throughout the period of time. This is where we are measuring you. This is being measured, and this is going to be on your paper, and it's going to stay with you for the whole life, the entire life, the 3.0 and above. So don't compromise on that. Sorry, it's being a bit naughty here, but then this is the real things that we hope our students to achieve. And that is what we're going to assess you. Dr. Sam and Dr. Rachel mentioned earlier, assessment is very important, and we have to give you feedback, but assessment itself is just a words. But at the end of the day, it transforms to CGPA. And where is a good CGPA stand? 3.0 and above. And that is me all the time, 3.0 and above, all subjects, consistently. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Chong. Okay, it's already 5:30 now. Before we wrap up the forum, Dr. Mabel, she said, thank you for your kind comments, Dr. Sham and Dr. Rachel. We welcome you back to visit anytime.
Oh, thank you.
No problem.
Yes.
And Ms. Jenny said that it's an enriching experience. To all students who are taking our course right now, it's going to be an enriching experience. And yeah, we are really happy that you're with us now. And yeah, to end this forum, I'd like to thank all our viewers who are with us from the start until the end. Please like and share this video with everyone that you think they could benefit it from. And I'd like to thank all our speakers. First and foremost, Dr. Shamla and Dr. Rachel. What time is it over there in UK now?
It's 10:30 in the morning.
10:30. So good morning to you all. Thank you so much. So you can enjoy the rest of your day for today. And thank you so much, Mr. Tan, Mr. GK, Ms. Umaima, and Dr. Chong for this very informative forum. I'm sure it benefited all our parents and students as well. All right, thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope you all have a good day. And I'll meet you all soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you to all
Bye-bye.
viewers.
Thank you,
All right.
everybody. Bye-bye.
Dr. Chong.